Well, turning back home now, and if you're on the East Coast, well, you are going to have to brace yourself for some very chilly nights. Put those socks on, those Uggs come back on again now, because we're expecting a decent amount of rain in the coming weeks. A low pressure system is forming off the coast. It's heading towards New South Wales and to Queensland.
Yeah, and significantly, Fowles, it could also be the first East Coast low in 3 years. So to discuss what we can expect, Senior Meteorologist Angus Hines joins us now from the Bureau of Meteorology. Good morning to you, Angus. What's the situation with this system at the moment? Am I right in saying the weekend's still looking pretty good?
Morning, Tom. Morning, everyone. Yeah, you are right in saying the weekend's still looking pretty good. We're still in the run-up towards this fairly significant weather event which is going to brew off the East Coast. But at the moment, we can't even see it on our weather maps. It hasn't even formed yet. And actually, over most of the country for Saturday and Sunday, we've got pretty settled conditions, calm, clear, sunny, but it is going to stay quite cool, particularly through the mornings and then in the evening. So pretty frosty for many parts of the country. But yeah, until about Monday, we're looking fairly settled in most areas.
Sounds like a bit of rain on the way after that, though. Is that right?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. There's rain on the way. Well, there will be a bit of rain building across Queensland during the weekend. Nothing too heavy up there, but early next week as the rain moves south and starts to affect New South Wales, that is when it really ramps up, and it will be driven by this deep low pressure area off the east coast that will drive in quite a lot of rainfall, very strong winds and potentially some really, really large waves as well. So it's the eastern side of New South Wales which is going to cop the brunt of this weather system from around about Tuesday through to Thursday next week, and it's shaping up to be a fairly significant one. Those rainfall numbers could really start to climb, not in the next 2 or 3 days, but certainly the days after that.
Okay, so we've covered the cold temperatures, we've covered the rain. It sounds like some strong winds are on the way as well, Angus, for a fairly significant part of the country.
Yeah, and again, it's not really happening this weekend. Most places fairly settled through the course of the weekend, but those winds will really crank up once this low pressure area gets going. That's Monday night, that's Tuesday, that's Wednesday as well. So we could be seeing widespread strong to damaging winds across eastern New South Wales, potentially affecting parts of eastern Victoria, as well as southeastern Queensland as well. It's really going to get blustery and blowy out there for many people across that eastern side of the country, and that's going to go hand in hand with the persistent, potentially heavy rainfall that comes in, especially Tuesday and Wednesday.
Angus, whenever we hear the term East Coast low, I feel like everyone's alarm bells are out, right? We think about floods and that sort of thing. What is the significance of an East Coast low, and are we looking at something like that this time around?
Yeah, an East Coast low is quite a specific weather system. It's a low off the East Coast, but it has to meet a number of other criteria as well, including how intense it is, how long it lasts, and how severe the impacts it brings to the country are. We can't quite say yet whether the system off the east will become an East Coast low, whether it will meet all of those criteria. If it does, then it really does mean that it's expected to have a fairly significant impact on the East Coast, as you say, in terms of heavy rain and flooding, in terms of strong winds and wind damage, and sometimes the East Coast lows bring very powerful waves which can cause significant erosion along the East Coast as well. So not saying just yet whether this is one of those, but it's definitely worth watching, and even if it doesn't meet all of those criteria and tick all the boxes to be an East Coast low, this will still be a pretty major weather system for eastern New South Wales.
Yeah, so the message there, enjoy the calmer weather over the weekend while it lasts by the sounds of it. Angus, good on you. Thank you very much for joining us.
Cheers, Tom.